The greatest seed of a human being, the greatest seed that a human being can sow is the seed of honor. The greatest seed that a human being can sow is the seed of honor. The seed of honor is the greatest seed that a human being can sow. Be honorable. Don't be dishonorable. Treat all people with honor, because honor is one of the greatest seeds that you can sow, because honor will always come back into your life to bless your life when you sow seeds of honor and seeds of love. I got 2 claps right there, and the rest of you will figure it out, because think about it. There is something that is powerful that transcends life cycle. If you sow seeds of honor, it has a way of coming back and bless you later. Words then are seeds for feelings. Words are seeds for feelings. How do you develop these feelings that you have? It is words. It is words that are seeds for feelings. Nobody can feel loved without words. It is words that affirm and sow seed and reaffirm that I love you, I love you, I love you, because words become seeds for feeling. No one can feel unloved unless words start to come into play to make you feel unloved and unappreciated. Seeds are the feelings for word. I'm a walker. Seeds are the feelings for word, or the seed. Words are the seeds for feeling. And because when the kingdom of God is talking about maturing or bringing anything into position or power, it always starts with the seed. So now Jesus, he digs into this story in Matthew the 13th chapter, and he tells a story. He said, the kingdom of God is like a farmer who planted good seed in his field. Whose field it is? It's his field. What did he plant? He planted good seed in his field. He sowed in his field. Everybody that has soil then is a field, right? I told you last week that all relationships is about seed and soil. So it's your field. So if you're the field, then there's good seed that you plant in your field of your life, because you want to produce a harvest. And all you need to produce a harvest is to make sure that your soil is right. And if your soil is right, then you find the good seed and you put it in your soil. Now, if you do good things and you find good seeds and you put the good seed in your soil, then you expect a good harvest to come out. Have I got a witness? Have I got somebody in here that's in this season? You have great expectation because you put some good seed in the ground. You ought to clap your hands right there if you have something that you're expecting. I'm expecting a harvest because I put some good seed in my soil, and when I put good seed in my soil, then I have an expectation or a demand to receive harvest. Now I got to be cautious and make sure that my seed goes through its proper process. Every seed, in order to produce a harvest, has to go through process. My seed is in my soil, and I'm waiting on my process. My seed is in my soil, and I can't get discouraged while I'm waiting on my process. My seed is in my soil, and I'm looking for a harvest because I'm going through my process. And just as sure as I go through my process and I know that I put some seed in my soil, then I have an expectation for the process to take place and bring me about a manifestation. I can't judge by how I feel or how I look, because I can't look at my field when I don't see nothing, because if I put some seed in there, I know that sooner or later something has got to come up. The only thing I got to do is make sure that I don't destroy my seed while it's going through its process. Because if I destroy my seed while it's going through its process, I'm going to have to start all over again and put some more seed in my soil. Nudge your neighbor, tell them, be encouraged. Your seed's going to come up. If you put good seed in your soil, it's going to come up. It's just process. So the seed process is the germination process. I feel like preaching whether you like me or not. It's the germination process. Come on, come with me on this journey. You're about to go somewhere. It's the germination process of sprouting and growing. Anytime a seed begins, it never begins looking like it's going to look in the end. It has to go through the process of germination. It must be sowed in order for it to come forth. Cannot stay in a package, cannot stay in your hand. It has to be sowed in order for it to come up. And when you sow it, make sure that you put it in good ground. My God, if you put it in bad ground, you can't expect for it to bring you a harvest. Frustration settles in anytime you take good seed and put it in bad soil and expect good stuff to come out of it. A whole lot of people have been sitting around in your life for a long time wondering when your good seed is going to come back and produce a harvest, but it wasn't the seed, it was the soil. But when you take good seed and put it in the right soil, then you can expect a harvest because you know that there's increase coming. Somebody ought to clap your hands if you know that there's increase coming. Watch it. I'm trying to get you to understand the level of expectation is measured by what you expect because of what you know. You have to always match expectation with seed sowing, because expectation with seed sowing is letting you know that you're certain that your seed that you planted is going to produce. Now, the thing you must understand about a seed is that seed begins in the dark. Anytime you sow, it begins in the dark. The sowing process is not always bright. You can't always see it. It goes through the dark process. The thing you must understand about a seed is that it's produced by pressure. My God, it begins in the dark. That's why you can't judge it by what you see, because what you see is not all that's there. It's in a dark season that you sow the greatest seeds for the biggest harvest. And then the seeds are produced by pressure. It's the pressure from the dirt that's sitting on top of the seed that causes the germination process for the pressing of the dirt on the seed to cause that seed to crack so that it can let what's in it to come out. My God. The thing I love about a seed is that it begins in the dark, it's produced by pressure, and it's often overlooked. People will walk past a place that a seed has been planted because if they weren't there when the seed was planted, they don't know that it's something under there. They'll step right on it, they'll step right over it, and not even realize that there's something under there working and being produced. I need about 10 praisers up in here that know you got something working beneath the surface. Oh God, help me, God. I got something working that's beneath the surface, and it's often overestimated and overlooked. It's overlooked and underestimated. The thing about a seed is that it contains the power for transformation. A seed contains the power for transformation, because the power of a seed is that you can put a little bitty seed in a big old field full of dirt, but if it's good soil, you can drive past that field and keep looking at nothing. But the only person that looks at that field with expectation is the person that planted the seed, because the only person that knows that something is in that field is the person that planted something in the field. Everybody else just thinks it's a field, but the person that planted the seed knows that there's a harvest. You can't let people judge your field just because they wasn't there when you planted your seed. You got to keep driving by and expect your harvest.